Imagine waking to find your world shattered in a single, heart-stopping moment. In the gentle embrace of Maplewood's quiet streets, 22-year-old twins Marcus and Malcolm Carter were the very picture of integrity and diligence. Raised by their warm, nurturing mother Brenda, a devoted nurse who instilled in them the courage to always do what is right, they embodied the best of their close-knit community. Marcus spent his days fine-tuning engines at a modest auto repair shop, while Malcolm navigated the city's winding roads delivering groceries. Life was simple, yet its beauty lay in the everyday details, until one fateful night unraveled everything. After a spirited late-night basketball game, the brothers shared a spontaneous craving for a midnight snack, pulling into a local service station under a sky murmuring secrets. Unbeknownst to them, mere minutes before their arrival, shadowy figures had struck the very same station. Grainy security footage had captured two elusive men fleeing in a vehicle eerily reminiscent of Marcus's weathered sedan. In a moment of panic, a trembling clerk, desperate to help, misidentified the twins as the culprits. And so, as the cool night air gave way to an ominous tension, the stage was set for a profound injustice. Barely had the brothers stepped away from the station when a fleet of patrol cars, lights slicing through the darkness like fractured moonbeams, forced them to pull over. The metallic echo of drawn weapons, the sharp commands of law enforcement, and the surreal disbelief in their eyes, all collided in a whirlwind of confusion and silent protests of innocence. Despite their frantic denials, Marcus and Malcolm were cuffed, their world flipped upside down as they were shoved into a squad car. A frantic search of their vehicle revealed nothing incriminating, yet the clerk's mistaken account was enough to condemn them to a jail cell that stank of despair and injustice. When Brenda received that fateful call, her heart shattered into 1,000 unspoken prayers. Convinced of her son's purity, she vowed to wage a relentless battle against a tide of damning, yet imprecise, evidence. The murky surveillance footage, imperfect but potent, quickly swayed public opinion, transforming her once proud boys into vilified pariahs overnight. Whispers and stares followed them like unwelcome shadows, and their once peaceful existence was now marred by the cruel label of criminality. 3 months later, a packed courtroom bristled with tension and anticipation. The prosecutor, with a voice as cold as a winter wind, painted a grim portrait of two desperate souls pushed into crime by fiscal hardship. Every grain of that murky footage and the clerk's trembling testimony became the prosecution's arsenal. Yet, in the midst of this storm of accusation stood Mr. Daniels, a seasoned defense attorney known for his daring pursuit of truth. With quiet determination, he set out on a meticulous quest, interviewing steadfast witnesses, scrutinizing footage from nearby establishments, and enlisting an expert to unlock the secrets hidden in the gas station's recordings. As days bled into one another, a twist emerged like a sudden ray of sunlight through storm clouds. While sifting through footage from a neighboring traffic camera, Mr. Daniels uncovered a critical anomaly. A car, indistinguishable from Marcus's in shape and form, had sped away from the scene moments before the twins' arrival, and its license plate bore a number that did not match Marcus's. On the trial's final day, this electrifying evidence was presented. A hushed silence fell over the courtroom as the real culprit's flight was laid bare before all eyes. Though the prosecutor frantically tried to dismiss the newfound proof, the truth was undeniable. The presiding judge swiftly ordered a case review, and within mere hours, the charges against Marcus and Malcolm crumbled like brittle old stone. Though freedom was theirs at last, the scars of wrongful imprisonment ran deep. Their lives, once bright with promise, now bore the weight of lost jobs, ruined reputations, and a mother's health dwindling under relentless grief. Yet, in defiance of the darkness that had nearly consumed them, the brothers chose resilience over bitterness. In a twist of poetic justice, on the very day their names were cleared, the actual offenders were captured, thanks to a vigilant citizen's tip and the irrefutable new footage, and, with heavy hearts, they confessed to their misdeeds. In the aftermath, a month later, Marcus and Malcolm took a bold stand by filing a lawsuit against both the local police and the service station, accusing them of negligence and wrongful imprisonment. The case ignited a firestorm of national debate about deep-rooted flaws in the justice system. Meanwhile, Brenda's tear-streaked interviews on public television stirred hearts across the nation, her sorrow and strength transforming her family's tragedy into a powerful symbol of hope. In a bittersweet conclusion, the twins secured a substantial settlement, which they wisely channeled into creating a community center dedicated to steering young lives clear of crime and injustice. Now, as motivational speakers, Marcus and Malcolm share their harrowing tale with impassioned fervor, urging others to stand united in the pursuit of truth and justice. Their arduous journey, though steeped in pain, illuminated the enduring power of perseverance and the unbreakable bond of family, a legacy that Maplewood would cherish forever, not as fallen miscreants, but as luminous heroes who turned suffering into a beacon of purpose. What would you do when life unexpectedly rewrites your destiny?